Hey guys. Okay, so today I want to talk about data gathering. Okay, our surveys are conducted to gather data on a population, and we need to understand what these vocabulary words mean. So a population is the entire group of people or objects that you want information about. So population is the entire group. Okay, a census is a survey of an entire population. That means every single person in the population is asked to complete the survey. Now, this is difficult, expensive, takes a lot of time. So what we do is we want to take a sample. So a sample is part of the population. Okay? Now, a random sample, which we always want to try to get, a random sample represents the population. Okay? So that being said, it's so important for you guys to remember, a random sample, every single person has an equal chance of being selected. Okay? That is a true random sample. Okay? So if it's not random, you may be over-representing or under-representing people. And non-random samples are convenient samples. So those are, I'm just going to survey the first 3 people that walk through my door. That's a convenient sample. Or self-selected, which we call volunteering. Okay? Okay, so we have, a random sample is what we're shooting for. We also have a biased sample. Okay? So that is when it does not represent the population. It is biased, either over or under representing a group. And then we have a statistic. So a statistic is a number that describes the sample, okay, the small group. A parameter is the number that describes the population. And so what we do is when we take our sample, when we can't survey all of the population, we take our sample and we find a statistic. Okay? That way we can estimate the parameter or make predictions about the entire population just based on our sample, as long as our sample is representative of the entire population. So I wanted to go over some problems. Identify the population and the sample. Okay, a car factory just manufactured a load of 6,000 cars. The quality control team randomly chooses 60 cars and tests the air conditioners. They discover that 2 of the air conditioners do not work. Okay, so population is the total group. So right here, 6,000, that is all of the cars. Okay, so that is population. Okay, so if that's population, what is our sample? Our sample is going to be the 60 cars. Okay, so population is the total, samples are a part of the total. All right, next, decide whether each sampling method could result in a biased sample and explain. Okay, so we have a survey of a city's residents is conducted by asking 20 randomly selected people at a grocery store whether the city should impose a beverage tax. Okay, so the very first question you want to ask yourself is, what's the population? What's the group that I'm trying to gather information? Well, it's right here. I'm trying to gather information on the city's residents. Okay? They say they chose 20 randomly, but they chose them at a grocery store. So this is biased because what about all of those city residents that don't shop at the grocery store? So under representing residents who don't shop at this grocery store. Okay, so whenever we take our sample, we want it to represent the entire population. Okay, next, a survey of students at a school is conducted by asking 30 randomly selected students in an all-school assembly whether they walk, drive, or take the bus to school. So, okay, a survey of students at a school, okay, they tell me they chose 30 random students. And they chose them from an all-school assembly, which means every student was there. So they all have an equal chance of being selected. So this is not biased. This would be a true random sample. Okay, and our last one. In a survey of 40 employees, 18 said they were unhappy with their pay. The company has 180 employees. Predict the number of employees who are unhappy with their pay. All right, so we have a sample. So we know that unhappy sample over total sample, okay, that's a ratio. I can set that equal to unhappy in the total company versus total employees at the company. Move that over a little bit. So they told us in a survey of 40 employees, that's my total sample, 18 said they were unhappy. Okay. The company has 180 employees, so that's my total company. Predict the number of employees that are unhappy with their pay. So all we have to do is solve for x. So we're going to cross multiply, guys. You're going to have 40x equals 18 times 180 is 3,240. Let's divide your 40. Okay. And that is x equals 81. All right, and that's it. Good luck, guys.